Good afternoon, everyone. This is Christian with PerfectStockAlert.com, a 100% free service for smart investors and traders. All we ask in return, please refer a friend. Today is Wednesday, November the 14th, 2012. Looking at Australia market as well as probably the Russell 2000 small cap, maybe a couple others. We'll look at them. Looking right now at the Australian markets, we've been talking about this as being a great short opportunity. We're trading above the 50-period moving averages, red line right here, and that's where we want to be going short when you're above or at 50-period moving average in a downtrend. Those are the strongest and best short opportunities. We left our stop way up here at that time period, but then we have now, as of today, advanced it to this point. I've actually advanced the stop on several of the charts that we keep at PerfectStockAlert.com. You can check it out. I'll show you in a moment where it's at, but you should check them out because every single night I update them, show you where I advance my stop loss limit, where I see new entry opportunities, so forth and so on. So check them out regularly. The main thing to draw attention to here, a couple of things I want to show you. You'll notice this massive sell-off that we had yesterday here. You'll see that you closed well below the lower Bollinger Band line. Typically, when you see that, you're going to see the following day or two an attempt to pull back up to that lower Bollinger Band line, and that's what we're seeing today. Now, advancing the stop here on a small candlestick formation nearly guarantees we'll be stopped out in the following day. Doesn't need much to stop us out and just continue to keep going lower, so you may not want to be so tight. However, in this particular scenario, we can get a bounce back up off of this previous little support area here. We can find support there, bounce off of that, and come back up towards this 50-period moving average where I just shorted again. So how you want to trade is up to you. I'm advancing the stop. I have plenty of other short positions. I got to take money somewhere, so this is one of the areas that I'm doing that in. However, I wanted to draw this to your attention. Whenever you close below the lower Bollinger Band line, start looking for the market to attempt to find some kind of a floor and pull itself back to that lower Bollinger Band line. Also point out that this candlestick formation here, it's not a hammer candlestick formation like over here. Ergo, it's not a true bottom, and it will eventually fall apart anyway. So even if we break to the upside here for a little bounce, I get short, we're going to take it out. On the Russell 2000 small cap index, you can see we've advanced our stop to 1 cent above today's high here. You can see we are closed below the lower Bollinger Band line. Last time we did that, we talked about this. You were going to likely see some kind of attempt to stall there and consolidate while the market activity realizes that they're trading well below the lower Bollinger Band line. It doesn't stay that way typically, so keep that in mind. And same thing happens when you're breaking out to the upside. You get above it for a little bit, you can start to pull back inside of it. It doesn't necessarily mean it's the end of a move, just that you can start looking for some consolidation. It's the hesitation by the market. And coming closer to the end of the week when you start seeing traders book profits, that would make sense as well. And the main thing here I want to point out, when this actual condition that you have trading and closing below the lower Bollinger Band line here, this is not something you're going to see on the S&P 500 or the Dow Jones Industrial Averages. So it's not necessarily just because it's on the Russell 2000, it's on all charts. You need to keep that in mind as well. The main thing again would be the fact that there's not a hammer candlestick formation at this low, therefore this is not the true bottom. And in fact, if we look at this candlestick formation, we can see that it is a continuation signal to the downside, telling us to look for more selling to the downside. And on top of that, if we actually analyze the size of this candlestick, the size of this candlestick, or the size of this candlestick, we can see that we are growing in momentum to the downside, not decreasing here. So that's another thing to think about. I know a lot of people are looking at oversold conditions on the markets and they're saying, hey, we're oversold, we're going to bounce, this is a good time to buy. No, don't do that. Whenever you're in a downtrend, you want to stay with the trend, work with the trend, not against it. Look for bounces at short opportunities. Like I've just said, whenever you have a situation where you can see that you are growing in momentum to the downside, it would make sense to see the ultimate oscillator, which is a momentum indicator, to pull back down here in very bearish territory and stay that way. Okay, seeing how it's working there. It's not necessarily does it mean, oh, we pull back and therefore it's a great buy opportunity. You pull back over here, you bounced off of it, you got a bounce, but it wasn't a great buying opportunity. It was a great selling opportunity. Okay, same thing happened here, bounce, sell opportunity. Okay, so again, if you start to bounce, great, let it stop you out and then get short again. If you've not been to our free website at PerfectStockAlert.com, it's right here. It's 100% free, and all we ask in return, please refer a friend. As I've stated in every video that I do on these nightly market analysis things, you can always go to the market analysis section here, and down at the bottom, chart notes, click on that. You will find my personal notes over the 19 major markets that we track at PerfectStockAlert.com. I have updated several of the major market charts for today, so I've advanced the stops on many of the different positions I have open. You should check them out here daily. God bless, take care, and I'll see you in the next market analysis video. Please take a moment to review our disclaimer. The information provided herein is our opinion only. Under no circumstances do any statements here represent a recommendation to buy or sell securities or make any kind of an investment. You are responsible for your own due diligence. To summarize, we do not provide investment advice, nor do we make any claims or promises that any information here will lead to a profit, loss, or any other result. These videos are for educational purposes only.